Hello, this is Elizabeth Foy.
Hi, Elizabeth.
How are you, Ebony?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good, good. We're in San Diego. Well, actually, we're in Coronado, and it's beautiful. Just beautiful.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Do I just hold on now until things get started?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I will do that. I'll just sit here. I promise.
Oh, thanks, Ebony. That looks good.
Good morning.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Excuse me.
Hi, Simon. Are you online? Joe, are you online? I see you, Mel.
It says Simon just got on. He just connected.
Do we have everybody we need? I see we got enough here for a quorum. Hello?
I guess we could get started, Ebony.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Ebony, do we have
Yes.
enough for a quorum yet? Let's see.
We have 6.
Okay, let's go.
And roll call, please.
Chair Wilson,
Here.
Vice Chair Waugh,
I see him.
Trustee Benavides,
Here.
Trustee Foyt,
Here.
Trustee Haran,
Here.
Trustee Melendrez,
Here.
Trustee Ortiz,
Here.
Trustee Rogers,
Here.
Trustee Whiteley, And Vice Chair Wah, are you there? And we do have a quorum, Chair.
Great, thank you. Do we have anybody signed up for public comment at this time? Or more
No, we
accurately,
do not.
any emails? Thank you. Accept the motion for the agenda.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Agenda's approved. Item 4, new business, discussion and possible board action regarding a contract award to Valley Communications Association, LLC, for the construction of fiber services for 7 of the district's outlying branches.
All right, good morning, trustees, and thank you for joining the meeting. Al Prendergast, Chief Information Officer for the record. Today I have with me Simon Mettler, Director of HR&A Advisors and his team, Mel Van Patten, Director of E-Rate Central, and Joe Fredesso, who's on the phone. Joe, are you there? Joe is supposed to be joining on phone. He's the Chief Operating Officer of Mighty River. Mel and Joe are both contracted by the Governor's Office of Science, Innovation, and Technology, OSIT. In September of 2021, HR&A Advisors contacted Executive Director Kelvin Watson via Trustee Kelly Benavidez regarding a Clark County Broadband Internet Master Plan initiative. HR&A Advisors was hired by the county to assist with this project by making recommendations for improving broadband infrastructure throughout Clark County, using various funding sources. The initiative was intended to assess the current state of broadband internet access, quality, affordability, and adoption. The American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, of 2021 allocated funding explicitly for expanding and improving internet access nationwide. With the passage of ARPA and other federal funding sources, primarily E-Rate, the funding environment was favorable for accomplishing this initiative. The funding stars are somewhat aligned to make this generational change possible by bringing fiber infrastructure into some of the most remote areas of Clark County. In November of 2021, the Las Vegas Clark County Library District joined with HR&A Advisors and our E-Rate consultant to issue an RFP for fiber construction to all of our outlying branches. We received one response, which was deemed too expensive, and the decision was made to try a different approach at a later date. HR&A Advisors worked with OSIT to develop a Nevada state broadband connectivity strategy. And with this new approach, numerous Clark County government institutions joined the project and included their RFPs into the state's larger RFP for constructing fiber to the outlying communities, effectively pooling our resources. In September of 2022, the district worked with HR Advisor and our E-Rate consultant, E-Rate Central, to issue an RFP for fiber construction to 7 of our outlying branches. These branches included the Blue Diamond, Good Springs, Indian Springs, Laughlin, Mount Charleston, Sandy Valley, and Searchlight libraries. The Bunkerville, Mesquite, Mwaupatown, and Maupa Valley libraries were excluded because these branches already had fiber connectivity. HR&A Advisors received one bid from Valley Communication Association with several options for 100 megabit, 500 megabit, and 1 gigabit. The construction terms are the same regardless of the term selected. Construction costs are the same regardless of the term selected, and VCA's proposal included terms for 36, 60, and 84 months. The monthly recurring costs are the same regardless of the term selected. And the table below shows the monthly recurring costs and the construction costs for the 84-month term, which is what we're recommending. District staff recommend the 100 megabit 84-month term proposal, as you see in the table below. The proposed costs for the Blue Diamond, Indian Springs, and Mount Charleston libraries are contingent on the Clark County School District participating by constructing fiber to schools in these communities. CCSD is currently working with VCA to award the contract for these communities. This construction is expected to take multiple years, and the cost will be covered fully by other funding sources. 90% of which will be covered by the federal E-rate program, 5% by the state of Nevada, and 5% matched by the FCC. The E-rate deadline for executing the contract and filing an application for the upcoming funding year is March 28th, 2023. With a 14-day grace period, the deadline is effectively April 10th. The district's current reimbursement rate for federal E-rate program category 1 items is 90%. The district will continue to apply for E-rate discounts, effectively reducing our responsibility to 10% of the monthly recurring costs. And thank you, and we'd be happy to try and answer any questions.
I have a couple. What will we be saving in what we're currently spending there that we won't have to spend anymore? Is there anything we'll be eliminating that this replaces?
I'm feeling really nervous and anxious right now, so can we just get that over
Yes.
with? It's more of a, and again, this is part of that trust, right? You don't.
I'm not sure who's talking there.
Sorry, who's speaking?
Hourly, sometimes minute fees, but if we could all get.
Brian, can you mute Nate's phone?
I'm
Nate,
trying to find where this is coming from. So,
we muted him.
there
It
we
was
go.
Nate.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Al. I trying to scroll through my iPad to find the person that was coming from.
Yes, 2 years ago, we brought to the board a contract for Cox Communications for data services. Many of these services were somewhere in the range of $2,100 a month per location for a 10 megabit service to $3,100 a month for a 10 megabit service. So what we're seeing is significantly less. It's going to be a great cost savings, a lot more bandwidth for a lot less.
So, we're going to be using E-rate discounts from what I see here going forward on the monthly rate card cost as well, too. Is there a reason that this is already, even if we paid the full price ourselves, a significant savings over what we're paying now? Is there a reason for only getting 100 megabit speed to these locations?
Yeah, there is a significant savings right now with this proposal without E-rate. As you can see, the construction cost is pretty high, but there's a significant savings right now. We only recommended 100 megabit because that's currently 10 times what we have in most of these locations, 10 times the bandwidth we have in some of these locations. And even though we're only recommending 10 at this point, we can at some point down the road, if needed, move to 500 or the 1 gig, which is significantly more than we have anywhere in the district right now.
What do we have typically across the district now?
We generally have in the urban branches 100 megabit, and in the outlying branches generally 10. Laughlin and Mesquite are 50 megabits.
So I'm mostly looking at the cost difference on the 500 megabit to these outlying branches where they probably don't typically have a choice to get anything decent even into their homes coverage wise. And I can almost see where this would be a, silly as it sounds, hard to pass up deal. I can understand why not getting the full gigabit, but that 500 meg sure seems like a lot of improvement for very little cost, considering the full price saves us over what we're already spending now anyways. And on top of that, we're getting rebates. Am I missing something, or is it just overkill?
No, then that's what I think. I think it's a little bit overkill. Right now, the 100 megabit would represent 10 times what we currently have in those communities, 10 times the speed. And in some of these communities, we're using fixed wireless, which is even lower performance than fiber. So we're looking at significantly faster bandwidth than we have in all of these communities right now. So I thought it was a little overkill. And again, we can adjust later on if we need to.
And last follow-up question to that, do we run any risk of waiting to see if we adjust later on, paying a significantly higher price if we come back to them a year from now and go, oh, we decided we want a 500 after all? Is there, or
I don't believe so. Mel, can you answer that question?
Certainly. Mel Van Patten, contractor to the OSID office for the record. The good thing about what Al and his team did in bidding out that range of bandwidths from 100 meg up to a gig is any resulting agreement that might come from that procurement is going to allow them to scale any or all of the branches throughout the term of the contract without having to rebid it. So the costs that VCA presented for the 100, the 500, and the 1 gig. They're going to honor that throughout the term of the agreement.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. That makes me very happy to hear that. Great. That's all my questions. Anybody else?
Mr. Chairman, this is Felipe Ortiz.
Yeah. Trustee Ortiz?
Mr. Chairman, I agree with you 100%. I mean, I don't see, number one, from a high level view, us building any new libraries in Blue Diamond, Good Springs, Indian Springs. And so to manage expectation and capacity, I'm always a firm believer in having more and having to go back to add more. So I think 500 megabytes, I know the usage is not there, but I think we'd be prudent not to take advantage of that today. I don't want to speak for the chair, but I agree with the chair on that. Secondly, it turns out to be $3,749.75 a year right now, or about $44,900, I'm sorry, a month, $44,997 a year. So the first question is, we have that in the budget. Do we have that in the budget, Al?
Yes, we have significantly more than that in the budget.
Okay. And then two more questions real quick. The construction cost, is that a one-time construction cost or does that include maintenance?
Mel, can you answer that? I believe that's just a one-time construction cost.
Yep, you are correct. One-time cost in that first year, and the maintenance cost should be included in the monthly recurring. So you shouldn't see anything above and beyond the monthly recurring cost once the fiber construction is complete.
Follow-up silly question. It's underground fiber, I'm assuming?
So it could be a variety. It could be both buried and aerial, just depending on the areas.
Okay. So my request would be the 500 megabyte, and then separate from that, Al, can you, at the next meeting, just provide us the principals, the names of the ownership for the company, just for the record, that's it. But I would like to see 500 megabytes. I don't see that as, I see that as better usage down the road instead of having to go back to add more capacity. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any other comments, questions? Trustee Ortiz, hearing no other questions, you want to make the motion?
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, through you, I would make, sorry. Mr. Chairman, through you, I would move to authorize the staff to award a contract to Valley Communications Association, LLC, for the construction of fiber services to 7 of the district's outlying branches, identified as Blue Diamond, Good Springs, Indian Springs, Laughlin, Mount Charleston, Sandy Valley, and Searchlight. And my motion is for 500 megabytes in the amount of $201,516.18. I'm sorry, with a monthly reoccurring cost of $3,749.75 per month for 84 months, pending review by our council. That is the motion.
If I may, Trustee Ortiz, are you getting that monthly recurring for the 584 terms? I'm showing $59.99.60 a month.
The paperwork that I downloaded will tell me the correct amount.
Yes, the amount is, I'm sorry, there were several revisions of this document. It is $5,999.60 a month for the 500 meg 84-month term.
Okay. So I'll amend my motion to include that the monthly cost be $5,999.60 at a monthly cost. And that is the motion.
did we get the construction cost in there? Or do we?
Didn't
Did that
hear
go-
that.
$2,001, $201,516.18.
The 8 million construction cost?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Trustee Ortiz, you're really looking at an older document.
Oh, I am so sorry. Give me the number.
Month, you got it? Go ahead, Al.
I'm sorry, Trustee Eagles. The new number is 8,031,971.81 cents. 8031971.81.
And that would be the motion.
Yes, we need the monthly cost and the construction cost.
Okay. So the monthly cost in the amount of monthly cost of $5,999.60 per month. And in the monthly recurring cost of 8 million. Al, help me out here again.
Yeah,
31.
the construction cost is one-time construction cost, $8,031,971.81.
May I just read the motion? Since I have the current version.
Thank you. Please.
Okay. Motion to authorize staff to award a contract to Valley Communications Association, LLC, for the construction of fiber services to 7 of the district's outlying branches, to include Blue Diamond, Good Springs, Indian Springs, Laughlin, Mount Charleston, Sandy Valley, and Searchlight, in the amount of $8,031,971.81, with a monthly recurring cost of $4,799.60 per month for 84 months, pending review by council.
Are you, Keith, Trust Rogers, are you picking the 100 megabyte mount or the new 500 mega mount?
Well, I was just reading the recommended action. So are we wanting to go with the higher capacity?
That was Trustees Ortiz. His motion is for the 500 meg capacity.
I would support that.
Okay, then let me just amend my motion to include with a monthly reoccurring cost of $5,999.60.
And motion by Trustee Rogers. Do we have a second?
Second, Felipe.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, hearing no opposed, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank
Mr.
you so
Chair,
much.
Mr. Chair, just a quick follow-up comment. Thank you very much, Director. In the state of Nevada, it really allows the residents on the outlying area to allow us to help them grow in library services. Thank you for reaching out and securing that.
Thank you. Ebony, have we received any board comments since we've been going?
No, we don't have any board comments. And for the record, we have Trustee Whiteley on the line as well as Vice Chair Wah.
Thank you very much for that. And then we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.